Hey y'all, it's day 3. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video straight through. Thank you guys for your likes and comments. Please continue that. Most importantly, subscribe to my channel, y'all. I really hope that I am helping you in some kind of way. And I know as I go forward on this journey, it'll only get better. Okay, so don't give up on me. Definitely share any feedback that you may have that will help grow my channel. Again, welcome back. So today, as I mentioned, is day 3. Yesterday, it was more about life lessons, right? I talked about milestones when I was a teenager, in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, right? Today, I'm going to change it up. I want to talk about my gratitude. I want to talk about just being thankful over the years. You know what I mean? Because I have really gone through it and I've accomplished so much that I never thought that I would be able to overcome, y'all. I'm going to be real with you. So first I want to talk about, being, like I mentioned, a teenage mother. I'm just so grateful for my mother. I'm grateful for all the people that I had in my life because, in all honesty, they were the reason I was able to become the great person that I am, right? And I'm grateful for that, like for real. Like, I'm just, my mother, like she did not give up. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I'm trying to set a timer because I know I can go on and on and on. And I know y'all got things to do. And so I don't want to just be talking your ears off and stuff. So I want to be mindful of that. You know what I mean? Again, because like I told you, it's not about me or just about me because of, yes, I want to grow my channel. Yes, I want to be a blessing to others, but I want you to be a blessing to me as well. And I want you to know that I respect you, your time, and you taking the time to, watch my video. But yeah, so I'm just grateful for people that I had in my corner that really, held my hand and, walk by my side and stuff like that, or walk with me, on this journey because, anybody who's watching this and can relate, being a teenage mother, man, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like you really have to give up your child life, or adolescent life just to, parent your kid. And for me, I was a parent of 3, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I did not learn the lesson the first time, but that's a different topic. I'm just grateful that I was able to, I had the people that I had in my corner. And second, I am so grateful for, I remember I was in my 20s and one of my girlfriends, her name Tawana, that girl right there, boy, I'm telling you, we had some of the best times together. And, so despite the fact that we're going out, we're kicking it and stuff like that or whatever, she never missed a day of church on Sunday. And so, and even during the week, if she had choir rehearsal, because she sung in a choir, but but she would always invite me. And there were times where I could go, and then there were times where I couldn't go for whatever reason, right? Because at that point, I wasn't really part of a church. I was actually transitioning from one religion to the other. And so, going to a Christian church, it wasn't the norm for me, and so it was new to me in some kind of way because I remember, when I was in junior high and high school going to church with a friend of mine, and so, I mean, I understand that part of things. And I even, as a little girl, went with my sister. But this particular time was more meaningful because I'm an adult now, you know what I'm saying? And so at that point, you can't play with God. You can't play with life. You got to decide what direction you're going in. And so I'm just grateful for her. And I want to give a special shout out to my girl, Tawana, and just thank her for, not so much convincing me, but just always, putting God first. You know what I mean? Because, I strongly believe this, and I tell my kids this: you are who you surround yourself around. You are who your friends are, right? It don't matter who they are. You are who they are. You become that, right? And so, and so being around her and just how much she loved God and going to church and stuff like that, it was really encouraging and stuff. And so, I remember getting into a relationship, and he was a believer as well, and so that was something that we would do from time to time. Go to church. I would take the kids and stuff like that or whatever. I wasn't fully committed. I wasn't like a member of the church or anything like that, but I enjoyed that part. So I'm just grateful that my girlfriend really showed, her commitment to going to church, which later allowed me to follow the same steps. And so, but then, after experiencing my divorce, I talked about a little bit about this yesterday. Part of the life lessons was that, I, going through my divorce, how, that was a life-changing event. Like, tell me what person goes through a divorce and they're happy and they're smiling. Like, come on now. You wouldn't be real or human if that was the case. And so, at that point, I knew I needed God. And even when I was married to my husband, I was going to church then. But I got to give a shout out to my church family. If any of y'all are in Phoenix, Arizona, Kingdom in the Valley, Pastor Reginald and Kelly Steele, I'm telling you, they helped me so much on my spiritual journey and being a single mother, because a lot of times when they would talk about stuff, it was relatable. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy because because they had the adult services, and then of course your kids would attend the children's service. And so, but at times my kids would join me and they would listen in, and they would say stuff that was relatable, that the pastors would talk about. And my kids would, compare that to something with me or with them, because their kids and my kids are around the same age or whatever, and birthdays are similar. So it was just a lot of things that we had in common and just their journey. So even though they were a married couple at a young age with their kids, me being single, it was still something that I could walk away from and just relate to. So I want to give them a shout out and just show my gratitude for them, for their commitment to God and to their church and stuff like that or whatever, because I'm telling you, I was faithfully going to church. I was going to church every Wednesday, every Sunday. If there was something on Friday, or if there was any type of women's conference or something like that, trust and believe I was there. I had even, being a single mother and then, working full time and your kids part of activities outside of school, it was kind of hard for me to join. I joined the church, but to be to serve, you know what I mean? And so, that was something that I always wanted to do. And so I tried the kids. I tried to work in the kids department, and that was like, I'm with crying babies and stuff. And I'm like, I love y'all, but to be here for a period of time, it would have been a true sacrifice. But to be honest with you, I couldn't do it. I'm not lying, y'all. I couldn't do it. And so then I also tried, and I joined the choir and stuff. And I don't know, y'all. I guess at that point, I was still just early in, on my journey. And I was just really trying to build my confidence and stuff like that or whatever. But over a period of time, I did get to that point where I was like, I felt better about my relationship with God and just being around like-minded individuals and stuff like that. And, and my mom was always there with me, joining in and, going to events whenever there were events and stuff like that. So I am grateful for those that really, showed their commitment, not just to the church, but to God and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, God is real, y'all. If any of you are struggling with, trying to figure out, if you want to believe in any type of religion, or or you are on a spiritual journey and you're struggling in some kind of way, y'all, don't give up. Please don't give up, and just stay committed to what you believe. And it's okay to do your research, because I know I had to do your research, and and just really just show your commitment towards God, because building my relationship with him was all that I needed. I mean, I remember at one point I wasn't even like listening to any worldly music or whatever. I would just put in old recorded sermons into my car and listen to that. That's how committed I was. And sometimes you just gotta black out the world and just put your focus where it needs to be. So yeah. So another thing I'm grateful for my children, because and I want to give them a shout out, because I know life has not been the easiest for us, especially being a single mother and, not really having their father actively in their lives and stuff. And so, I want to give them a shout out, because they have demonstrated strength more than ever before. And it really hurts me. I'm not going to lie, without getting emotional, to really see my kids really try. They're like me, because after my mom and dad separated and divorced, I'm saying, I know how things changed in our household. And so, like, I see my kids, no matter what, still keep going. You know what I mean? They still are determined, and I'm hard on them, and I want them to know that I'm only hard on them because I don't want them to give up. I want them to know that, one, I'm in their corner, and two, that you gotta stay committed to what you're doing. Stay committed to your journey, because all of our journeys are different. And so as hard as I can be on them, I have to be a little bit more understanding. But I'm just thankful for them for just being patient with me, and just understanding that everything I'm doing is all out of love. And and that's that, y'all. I'm not gonna go too much in details or whatever. So I'm grateful for that. But I'm just grateful more so just for all of the things that I've been able to accomplish and over the years and stuff like that or whatever. I strongly believe that it's meant for us to go through things, because it really makes you stronger, it makes you wiser, and it just makes you a better person, depending on the journey that you're on and the direction that you're going in. And so for me, I'm just really big on, really, I guess, I don't know how to say it, y'all, but I think what I'm trying to say is, you're gonna make mistakes no matter what, but if you make those mistakes, y'all, make sure you're learning from them, because I really believe that God is a forgiving God. So, like, if we're going through something or whatever the case may be, he knows that we're not perfect. But then if you go through something and you find yourself going down that same path again, y'all, come on now, repeating cycles and stuff like that. Come on now. Like, how many times you expect God to give you another chance, right? Or he'll give you another chance, but it's only going to delay your blessing. It's only going to delay where you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like, here I am now trying to grow my channel. I know I've had to fall back and sacrifice, and what I'm saying, and just try to be to myself, because people are temptation. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just, they could get in the way of things. And I'm where I am right now. I'm like, I don't need nobody getting in the way, because I've allowed too many people get in the way of, things that I was trying to achieve and accomplish. And I'm just not where I am now. I'm not allowing that. So, I'm just grateful for the things that I've experienced, because it's only made me who I am today. And so I just want to continue to show gratitude and be grateful for no matter what comes to my life. You know what I'm saying? I remember a spiritual, I called her a spiritual mom, Jacqueline. I remember her coming into my life, and she would just say, "Girl, do you know who you are? Girl, do you know how much power?" You know, she's older, right? She's like around my mom age. And she's so cool. She's like, "Girl, do you know who you are? Girl, do you know the power that you hold? Girl, do you know, you know?" And I'm like, "No, but thank you." I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm forever grateful for her. And I believe, you know, I don't talk to her today. Not that, you know, there's any, you know, anything happen or whatever. But, you know, I believe that, you know, there's a time that things end up coming to an end. You know, there's a season for everything. And there was a season where God was like, "Okay, I need you to be there for my daughter." And she obeyed, right? She obeyed, and she was there for me. Anytime I wanted to go to some event, I would pick her up, and she was there for me. She also went to church events. But I was really big in the community where I would go to, you know, go out to network and stuff like that, because at the time I had my own nonprofit, or I still have it, but I just don't really do anything. But yeah, I had my own nonprofit organization for sickle cell. My daughter grew up with sickle cell, and, you know, and so I had, you know, I wanted to raise awareness about it and stuff, because I felt like what I was doing for her, it would help so many others. And so, yeah, I was going out networking and stuff, and she was just my biggest supporter. So, Jacqueline, if you see this, thank you so much. I'm forever grateful for you, because I believe at the time that you came into my life, you not only benefited me, but you also benefited my kids, because, you know, they got to see a version of their mother that they had never experienced. And she really contributed to, because I feel like we're always healing. And at that time, I was healing, because, you know, I love my mother and all that, but there were a lot of things that my mother hadn't spoken to me or hadn't spoke to me about. And she was like that spiritual mom that came into my life and spoke to me more on a deeper level of God and religion and speaking in tongues and praying and things like that or whatever, and being a businesswoman and, you know, and stuff like that. Like, she was really like, an inspiration for real, you know what I'm saying? And my mom I'm not discrediting my mom, but, you know, my mom talked about what she talked about, but I just like with my kids, they can say the same thing, or you and your kids can probably say the same thing, you know, like they met someone and they actually, you know, was beneficial to them more than anything and stuff. I've never been really big on idling anybody. I mentioned that in the first video. I didn't have anyone that I really looked up to be honest with you, other than my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I knew she was going through stuff, but I didn't know what she was going through stuff, because she always just appeared to be okay, you know. But deep down inside, after I got older and I started seeing some of her, you know, just some of her movements and just how she, you know, dealt with things and stuff like that or whatever. She was that woman that I never saw cry, y'all. Like, my kids see me cry all the time, but then if my mother was still here, just like my siblings can tell you, I've been a crybaby my whole life or whatever. So I don't have an issue with crying in front of my kids or crying in front of nobody, because that's a form of emotions. And I think it's important that, you know, we show those emotions to each other. But you have to be emotionally intelligent and not just getting emotional over every little thing and stuff. And so I've had to work on that over the years. So y'all, you know, overall, I am just grateful for everything that I've experienced, because I really believe it was meant for me to go through a lot that I went through. And I probably put myself through more than I should have put myself through, because, you know, I really shouldn't have put myself through a lot of things, right? Even reaching 44, I have still gone through some stuff, okay? And we'll go more into that later. I wish, you know, I'm not even gonna say that, but anyway, you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for everything that has molded me into the person that I am today. I think 45 is really going to be my best year. And I think that God is going to open up doors that I can't even imagine, right? I've never been the person to compare my life to others, because I understand the fact that we are all on different journeys, different paths. And, I didn't learn that until later. But to be honest with you, I also understand that, oh, I lost that thought. It was something that I was going to say, but that's okay. That's okay, because I believe when that happens, it wasn't meant to be said. So that's okay. But yeah, so I'm 44 years have really taught me some serious lessons. And, it's really grown me in so many ways, y'all. Like, honestly, I can look back at videos from years back, even say like 10 years ago. And, and then I look at myself, compared to myself, I may almost still look the same, but I can tell you as far as like how I speak and, my confidence and, my spirituality and stuff like that or whatever, I've grown tremendously. And, I'm just grateful. I think for that, I was saying something about 45. I think 45 is just about to be up from here, y'all. It's been a lot of downtime and stuff like that or whatever. And I'm just like, look, it gotta be, I gotta get things going. I can't keep on being in downtime and going backwards and stuff like that or whatever. So 45 and going forward, I promise you, it's not going to be disappointing. It's going to be great. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my video. You guys, I look forward to not only growing my channel, but growing with you, because I know it's going to be some of you that is going to follow me all the way to reaching the top, right? And I hope you can reach the top with me. I hope we can be on this journey together. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve and accomplish, just, be grateful for where you are, okay? Because it could be a lot worse. And I don't know your situation, but always show gratitude that you got up each day, because to me, just waking up and God, giving you another chance to be above ground is a blessing. So definitely be grateful yourself and put in the comments, what are you grateful for? What are some things that you can share with me and share with others, that helped you on this journey and to where you are right now? I'm looking forward to reading your comments. You guys, thank you for joining me on day 3. We will be back tomorrow, okay? I will see you then. Again, please like, share, and comment. Most importantly, subscribe. All right? Have a good night. God bless.